There is an incredibly underrated way to use a tool called SmartScout to find super profitable wholesale leads for your Amazon business. So actually nobody's talking about this method. I've never seen it explained before on video. And it's actually a way to use the little known seller map feature within SmartScout to find profitable wholesale leads from suppliers local to you. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video in under 10 minutes. It's a super easy method. It doesn't take very much time at all. And if you're interested in taking SmartScout out for a spin yourself, then you can use the code Corey25 at checkout, and that's going to give you 25% off your first 3 months of SmartScout, or you could just simply go to the link in the description below. And guys, if you wouldn't mind taking a second to like the video, comment as well if there's anything that I can elaborate on in further videos, and then be sure to subscribe for more videos just like these. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how we use SmartScout to find wholesale leads right now. Okay, so we're going to jump into my screen and I'm going to show you guys exactly how we use SmartScout to find local wholesale supplier leads to us. And so before we jump into the actual method, I'm going to quickly explain kind of the background behind the method. So what we do is we use the tool called Seller Map within SmartScout, and that's actually going to show us any Amazon sellers that meet a certain criteria that we put into our filters. It's going to show us any sellers in our area, any area that we want to search in, so you can actually search the whole country for Amazon sellers that meet a certain criteria. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for wholesale sellers that are near me. So I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to look for sellers that I believe to be wholesale sellers in my area. And then I'm going to look at some of the brands that they carry and try to find local wholesale suppliers for those brands. So that's really the gist of the method. It's super easy, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it right now. So the first thing we do is we're logged into SmartScout. So we come down here to Other Tools, and we go to Seller Map. And so, like I said, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, so I'm going to come down here and find kind of my neighborhood. All right, so here's Charlotte. I kind of live right in this area. So what I'm going to do is I don't care about the category, but I want to just see any sellers that are doing at least 100K a month in revenue. So that's 10, let's see, that's 100. And then let's show me at least 10,000 sellers. Okay, so this is pretty much all the sellers that are selling at least 100K a month according to SmartScout in my area. So you see there's quite a few in uptown Charlotte, which is pretty much the downtown area. And then there's kind of some outliers here. And so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to click on every seller that we want to take a look at, and we're going to open up their store and see what brands they're carrying to try to determine, are they a private label seller where they've created their own brand from scratch and they're the only seller, or are they more of a wholesale business model, right? Are they reselling other brand name products? So that's what we're looking to find out here. So let's start right here. So Lacrosse Scoop and SmartScout is telling us that they're estimating that Lacrosse Scoop is doing about $760,000 per month in revenue. So that's a pretty big seller. So what we do is all we have to do is click on them. It's going to open them up in a new tab right here within SmartScout. And then all I want to do is I want to come over here to the brand coverage tab. Okay, because details is telling me what's their merchant ID, what's their monthly revenue, what percentage FBA are they, right? So this brand is this seller is 100% FBA. They don't do any fulfilled by merchant whatsoever. It'll give me their address, their business name. So a lot of helpful information that you can use too if you want to just reach out for networking opportunities, for example. I've used the Seller Map tool within SmartScout to find wholesale sellers in my area, and I literally showed up at their door and tried to just, create a relationship and really just start that networking opportunity. So the tool can be used for that as well. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the brand coverage tab. And so that's going to show me all the brands that this seller is carrying. So Lacrosse Scoop is only carrying 3 different brands. Each of these brands is doing at least 150K a month in revenue. So that tells me that Lacrosse Scoop is definitely a private label seller, right? This is clearly their brand because it's the name of their storefront. They clearly owned this Mobility Everywhere brand and this Anything Sports brand as well. So because they are a private label seller, they're not necessarily someone that we would want to mimic, that we would want to kind of stalk their storefront. So we'll just exit out of them and keep going. All right, so next up we have ViscoSoft. So SmartScout is estimating that they're doing about $2.1 million per month in revenue. So this is a huge seller. So let's check out the brand coverage. Okay, so they only carry the ViscoSoft brand, right? So it is their own brand. They are a private label seller, not one that would make sense for us to analyze their storefront. So we'll keep going. All right, so here we have Natural Dog Company, right? Almost $4.3 million per month on Amazon. So this is a massive, massive company. Again, go to brand coverage, and they only carry the Natural Dog Company brand. So they're, again, clearly a private label seller. This is a huge private label seller. I mean, $4.3 million per month. This is almost a $50 million per year private label brand. So that's a huge company, but not a good fit for us. All right, and so let's check out this one, Warehouse Limited. And this one's actually not very far from where I live. Like, I could probably get there in about 10 minutes. All right, so Warehouse Limited, we'll come to brand coverage. And okay, so this one might actually be a better fit for us because this is telling me that, so it's only showing us the first 21 brands that they carry, but SmartScout is telling us that they carry a total of 104 different brands, right? So this is clearly a reseller, right? They're most likely following the wholesale business model where they're buying from either the manufacturer themselves or from an authorized distributor and reselling for a profit on Amazon. So we see they're carrying 104 different brands. Let's just take a peek into some of the brands that they're carrying and see if they might be good brands that we could reach out to ourselves and try to get a wholesale account with. So let's just take a look at Optics Care. Okay, so this is basically a brand of products for, it looks like almost eye drops for animals, right? Dogs, cats, horses, eye lube. Yeah, so this is clearly a brand in the kind of like pet niche, but more specifically dogs, cats, and horses. So when we look at some of the products, so this one has been carried a lot by Amazon. It's kind of dominated by Amazon, might not be a good fit. This product looks to be a really good fit, right? Amazon is telling us that this particular listing has sold over 2,000 units in the last month. It's got a really good rank in pet supplies, and there's existing FBA competition, right? So that tells me that somebody is getting these profitably from somewhere. So most likely we could do the same. So what I could do if I wanted to is I could just Google the Optics Care. I could just Google Optics Care, right? I could find the manufacturer and I could either cold call them, I could send them an email, or I could look for someone in sales at their company on LinkedIn and send them a connection request. And basically the point of my messaging is going to be, hey, I see you carry the Optics Care. Sorry, I see you carry, Optics Care, that brand, the iLube Plus, this particular product, and the 20-gram size is one that we think we can do a lot of volume on. We're interested in purchasing at wholesale, right? We're interested in purchasing in bulk. And that is pretty much the gist of the conversation. So, there within the last, this has been recording for about 6 minutes. We have found a legitimate brand direct wholesale lead that if we were able to open an account with Optics Care, this is one listing that we could sell on. This is 2 listings that we could sell on. This one looks even possibly better than the first, right? Stable pricing, existing competition, meaning it's profitable, and selling a lot of volume, all right? There's another one that most likely would work. Dominated by Amazon wouldn't work. This one would work. This one would work. This one would work. So right there, that's 6 possible product leads from one brand, from one seller storefront that we looked at one brand. All right, let's see if we can identify maybe even one more brand real quick. So Frog is a brand that this seller carries. And when we look at the products, so again, this is another legitimate brand direct wholesale lead that might work, because really when we're looking at brands, we're looking for 2 things. We're looking at, is it doing volume, right? This listing is clearly doing volume. It sold more than 10,000 units in the last month, okay? And then we're looking for existing FBA competition, which we see right here, right? There are over 8 FBA sellers on this listing, because the idea behind existing competition is that if somebody out there is selling this product FBA, they are getting it at a profitable price from somewhere, okay? So we have to assume that we could do the same. So that's one product that would work. That's another one that would probably work. It's not dominated by Amazon. It's about 50% of the time. Same thing here, same thing there. So again, another brand direct wholesale lead that might make sense just from this one seller storefront. And keep in mind, he carries 104 different brands. So that's 104 possible leads. And that's one seller in my area out of the hundreds, if not thousands, depending on where you live. So guys, that's a super simple, super quick and easy way that we use SmartScout to find really more brand direct leads and product leads that we could ever possibly handle. So if that video was helpful and you want to take SmartScout for a spin, like I said, use code Corey25 at checkout. That'll give you 25% off your first 3 months, or you could just go to the link in the description. That link will give you a discount. Guys, if this video was helpful, be sure to like it, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and connect with me on LinkedIn. And stay tuned, because I will be coming out with more videos just like this. So thank you so much for watching.